Just got these out recently because I've
Oh, they're fantastic.
I've done a similar sort of thing for.
Well, you show them. I'll film you as you
Okay.
go through them. So
There's,
that's the folk cottage, isn't it?
That's the folk cottage. That's Pete Berryman. That's Mick Bennett, or Whispering Mick, and that's Henry the Jug.
Fantastic.
And that's the naked lady.
Yeah.
And it comes out in all the photographs. Look.
Yeah.
That's the couple. That's John Sleep and John Heyday. He's now in New Zealand. John Sleep's still around.
Wow.
And to the old
yes, the
fishnets.
Fishnets, yeah, they're very distinct.
That started off at the Count House.
Oh, you did the same sort of thing there?
Well, yeah. Everyone thought it was very atmospheric, but in actual fact it was just to stop the stuff falling down. Yeah, there she is again, look.
Yeah.
The naked lady. That's Merv Whidden, he's no longer with us.
Right.
There's Pete Stanley and Whiz Jones.
Yeah, fantastic.
Pete Stanley and Whiz Jones.
Possibly on the same night. Yeah, they look like they're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they always wore the same clothes.
That's you, when you were
me,
younger.
that's my dog. Yeah. That's Brenda.
Ah. Is that a guitar that she would have played herself?
No. That Gibson. I don't
She played
know
a bit herself,
I think that was probably Ralph's guitar. She used to like other people's guitars. There's Ralph McTell.
Yep. So where was he singing there, do you think?
That I don't think that would have been. I don't think that would have been the folk cottage. I don't know. It looks more like a concert, doesn't it? That two mics. You didn't need mics at the folk cottage.
Yeah. Have a look at you a minute.
Me?
when do you think that photograph was taken?
Oh, blimey! I don't know. Derek Brimstone took that.
Yeah.
For publicity purposes. That would have been probably sort of 1980-ish. Ralph McTell.
Mhm. Who took most of these photos then?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah. They look like they've been up on the wall somewhere.
Yeah, they've. We had a sort of a reunion, and we stuck them all on a pinboard.
Yeah.
Lenny, apparently he's no longer with us either. Henry's wife was down here quite recently, and that's why I dug these out. That's why they're around.
That's a nice picture.
That's Brenda and I.
Now, where's that?
I think that might be Bedminster Down.
Oh, they've got the nets as well.
Yeah, well, it became part of, it's not a proper folk club unless you have fishnets.
Was that a Cornish thing, or do you think that was across the country that they were doing that? Using the fishnets.
I mean, it all stemmed from the Count House, really. Yeah. But Bedminster Down Boys Club, they came down to they came down to the area, came down to Bosegren for a week. Yeah. The organiser, the bloke who run it, brought them down, and a whole coachload of them, and suddenly on the way down, suddenly thought, what on earth have I done? Well, how am I going to keep all this crowd under control? Because I mean, Bedminster Down area is a bit of a rough area, and I mean, you spent a lot of time in court defending the kids and things like that, but it was not that far from the Count House. They came along to the Count House and they loved it. And he said, what are we going to do tomorrow night? Go to the Count House, and struck up a terrific friendship. And both Brenda and I became honorary members of the Bedminster Down Boys Club. We used to go up there and sing. Ralph again. that one that is at the.
That's you sitting in the window, is it?
Yeah, that picture was painted. I shall put it down. It won't shake then. That picture was painted by somebody from Newquay, and they presented it to the club.
That's nice. Yeah, super.
Ron Geeson. I don't know whether you know Ron Geeson. He was on the scene. He made a film called The Body. I mean, he was an amazing bloke. He used to record Larry Adler. He was one of the very few people that Larry Adler would turn to if he wanted a recording, because he only had a sort of a Grundig in his basement, I think. But he was a master of noise. He was a mad Scotsman, really. Brilliant musician, fantastic piano player, but he would never do anything. He would start playing and get really rocking. Everyone was sort of rocking away, and then he would stop and he would start putting in, just to get people sort of tapping their foot, and they didn't know what to do. But I mean, he would do anything just to create a scene. He said, I just want a reaction. I want a reaction from the audience. But he was brilliant. He was a great bloke. He used to come out with, what is it? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Get it out with Optrex. That's Cliff Angier.
Do you think most of these photographs are taken down here?
Yeah. He's no longer with us. That's Wiz and Pete again. It's me. Oh, this is the beauty, this one. That's Mike Chapman and his lady Andrew, and that's Alex Addison. That was at Lafrauda Day down in St Just.
Fantastic.
Now, what have we got here? Oh, it's Lenny on the trumpet, Henry the Jug, Ralph McTell, Whisper Mick on the washboard.
Now, the thing about that band is I think that they actually played on Ralph's first 2 albums, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't really a band; it was just a scratch, coming together. They Spiral Staircase, yeah.
That was it wasn't that the second one? I'm not. Anyway, they played on it, didn't they? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Was that also the album that had the first recording of Streets of London on it? I think it might. I think it was.
No, I think Streets of London came a little bit later than that. I might be wrong.
Anyway.
Memories. One thing I've learned is memory does play tricks on you.
Yes, definitely.
Very unreliable memory.
Definitely. So that's a different print of that same one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same one. It's
so you with your dog?
It's not my dog actually, but it's Henry the Jug.
Yeah. And of course, the Jug was a big feature of the famous Jug band.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a Jug band without
exactly.
it. Pete Stanley, Mervyn Whidden, Ralph McTell.
That's a nice photo.
Brenda Wootton.
That's a lovely photo.
A lady whose name I can't remember.
You look like you were quite friendly with her. That's a nice picture. And again, she's holding. That's the Gibson. Remember you said she was holding.
That's right. That's the. That's obviously.
That would fit with it, maybe being Ralph's, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely.
That's John Hayday.
And
the Finger of the Lady.
Yes.
There's some lovely. That's a bloke called Dave Dayton who come down from up country. He's up in Nottingham, I think. He married a Malaccan lady, and they got 3 kids, and they formed a group. They did quite well for a while.
Is that the Count House?
No, that's the cottage. That would be. Oh yeah, there must be. There's a window there.
Looks like the wall of the Count House. The walls of the Count House are quite high, aren't they? I've been down there, and I don't know if it's changed much.
They've had to make the windows bigger. They've had to do things to it. They've had to make the windows bigger. I can't ever remember him playing at the Count House, but it could be. That doorway will be in the wrong place if that's a stage. There was no doorways at the back of the stage. That looks like a heater, doesn't it? It's a screen, or is it? No, it's a net. Something hung across there. No, I don't know where that is. Brenda.
She would have been older than you, I suppose, wouldn't she?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Yeah. Wiz. John Sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Whispering Mick.
He was a member of Cobb, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Clive's own band.
Yeah.
Did people call it Cobb, or did they call it Clive's own band?
No, Cobb.
Cobb, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Who's-
Alex Addison. There's I don't know whether I've got it here, but there's a lovely photograph of him. He's a bit of a comedian who sort of do all sorts of, and he's turned side on. He's got his lips pursed like that, and that nipple is right.
Yes. Oh right. Yeah. No, I noticed. Yeah.
What have we got in here? Derby. This Whispering Mick again.
He was called Whispering Mick because he had a loud voice, I think. Was that right?
Ralph nicknamed him Whispering Mick. I don't know. I mean, he's quite not particularly loud. I don't know how that came about, to be honest. That's Bill Clifton. That's down at the Count House.
Right.
Not a very good photo, really, is it? Alex Addison again.
Yeah.
Cliff Angier.
Yeah.
Ralph Mattel. I think we've seen that one, haven't we?
Next to a piano. Would there be a piano at any of the venues that we used to play at?
Well, Ron Geeson used to play the piano. Yeah, there was a piano. There was a piano at the Folk Cottage. There was also a piano at the not at the Count House, at the St Berrian.
That's a grand piano, isn't it? By the look of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron Geeson used to. I mean, he would take the piano apart. I mean, he'd be playing the piano and he'd suddenly find a bum note and he'd lift it up and he'd actually start playing it from the inside, you know, sort of like a harp. He'd do anything. I mean, he'd get a vacuum cleaner and he'd get a tune out of a vacuum cleaner. He'd do anything to create a laugh of some kind. That's me and John Sleep.
That's a lovely photo. They're good photos, aren't they?
Very grainy, isn't it?
That's nice.
Yeah. Ralph again. And Brenda. And Ralph.
Mm. Fantastic. So, you better take those inside. I don't want them to blow away or anything. We still need to talk about some of the other clubs, like the room at the top. That'd be good. Yeah.